Something is reorganizing, not explosively, not emotionally, but directionally. What felt suspended begins to breathe again. What felt unclear begins to orient. And what felt pressurized begins to find its lane. You may notice a subtle return of forward motion, not urgency, but alignment. Stay with that. I'm Prema, Vedic astrologer and steward of Sacred Wealth Mastery. We're working with the Sidereal zodiac, the true astronomical sky. This is not prediction. It is structural remembrance. We're reading architecture, not headlines. And March isn't about reaction. It's about recalibration into movement. We begin March inside of eclipse season. The solar eclipse, that was on February 17th in Aquarius, purified function. The total lunar eclipse in Leo on March 3rd clarifies authority. And now the field shifts. March is about forward intelligence and wisdom returning after purification. Saturn remains in Pisces. Mars remains in Aquarius. Mercury is retrograde in Aquarius. Venus is exalted in Pisces. And Jupiter stations direct mid-month. This is not chaotic expansion. It's measured reactivation. You may feel two simultaneous currents: mental intensity and spiritual sobriety. The mind wants to accelerate. The structure insists on maturity. So this is a month where discernment becomes momentum. If you'd like to understand where these transits land in your own Vedic astrology chart, the link to the free chart calculator is in the description, along with access to the free Sacred Wealth Code Archetype Quiz. All right, let's dive in. March 1st until March 25th, Venus is exalted in Pisces. So before we name anything else, feel this. Venus, the connector, the artist. This month softens before it strengthens. Venus exalted in Pisces restores devotion, compassion, artistry, relational sincerity. But with Saturn also in Pisces, this is not fantasy. Saturn, our great organizer, administrator. This is love with spine, creativity with boundaries, and beauty with commitment. Where are you romanticizing something that requires responsibility? And where are you withholding tenderness that is structurally safe? Where is your compassion mature enough to hold limits? Exalted Venus doesn't escape, it consecrates. March 3rd, we have the total lunar eclipse in Leo. This is a K2 eclipse. And I've already created a full transmission for this eclipse. You'll find it here on the channel, link in the show notes as well. And it is about rightful authority and the purification of performance. So if you've not watched the forecast, I encourage you to do so. This month moves differently once you understand that correction. The eclipse narrows identity. March reactivates movement. We're also gathering inside the full moon coherence circle on March 2nd for this full moon eclipse. the seat of sovereign authority, to anchor this eclipse and the Jupiter direct shift in real time, and the link is down below. On March 7th, Venus, our great connector and artist, is conjunct with Neptune in Pisces. And here the veil thins. Inspiration heightens. Sensitivity increases. Spiritual longing intensifies. But because Saturn stands nearby, illusion doesn't last long. If something feels transcendent, ask quietly, does it also have structure? If something feels beautiful, ask, can I sustain it? This is a day for artistic flow and quiet discernment. What feels elevated but unclear. Also reflect on what feels devotional but undefined. Let clarity follow feeling. And on March 8th, Venus conjunct Saturn in Pisces. And here devotion meets discipline. Relationships either deepen or clarify their limits. Saturn. Financial decisions either stabilize or reveal fragility. It's not a romantic transit. This is a mature transit. So reflect on, where are you ready to commit more deeply? Saturn, commitment. Where are you ready to step back respectfully? Where is love asking for responsibility? The connector, the organizer. Venus, Saturn is dignity in relationship. On March 10th, Jupiter stations direct in Gemini. Jupiter, our great visionary and sage in the sacred wealth archetype system. And this is the highlight of this month. Something begins to move again. Jupiter has been retrograde for months, internalizing belief systems, revising direction, and reassessing strategy. And when Jupiter stations direct, wisdom externalizes. Plans that felt stalled gain traction. Conversations regain coherence. Gemini, owned by Mercury. Momentum resumes. But Gemini is mental air. So movement returns first in thought, in communication, and coordination. So where have you been revising your understanding quietly? What idea is now ready to move forward? And where are you prepared to speak with more clarity? And feel free to leave your comments. I read them all. Love to hear what's coming up for you. This isn't dramatic expansion, it is intelligent activation. So at the mid-month point, pause for a moment. The eclipse purified authority. Venus stabilized devotion, and Jupiter restored direction. And take a breath with this. Movement doesn't require force. It requires proportion. Let the structure move you rather than pushing ahead. On March 13th, Mars conjunct Rahu in Aquarius. Intensity sharpens. Mars, our great strategist with the Magician. This amplifies impatience, innovation, confrontation, and rapid mental fire. And globally, this can look volatile. Personally, it can feel urgent. Notice where you feel compelled to act quickly. Is it clarity or is it agitation? Mars Rahu can spark genius breakthroughs. It can also provide unnecessary conflict. Direct courage is clean. Reactive impulse is not. Slow the direction. Keep the clarity. On March 14th, the leader, the Sun, enters Pisces. And this is where the leader is entering water. Authority shifts from visibility to reflection. And this transit invites humility, forgiveness, and interior alignment. You may feel less interested in assertion and more interested in integration. So where are you ready to soften without losing strength? Where is surrender wiser than control? The leader in Pisces serves through empathy. March 17th to 24th, Mercury is going to be conjunct Rahu. It'll retrograde and go direct again during that time. And communication, this is the great communicator with the Magician, intensifies. Rahu intensifies. It amplifies. So narratives amplify. Opinions polarize. And information accelerates. Mercury retrograde near Rahu means not everything is accurate, complete, or proportionate. So before speaking, ask, is this necessary? Before reacting, ask, is this precise? Brilliant ideas can emerge now, and so can misinterpretation. Clarity requires restraint. March 18th, we have a new moon in Pisces in Purva Bhadrapada. This is quiet, but a powerful reset. Purva Bhadrapada carries fierce spiritual integrity. Combined with Saturn and Venus in Pisces, this new moon seeds mature devotion. So tune in with, what are you consecrating quietly? What boundary supports your compassion? And what intention feels sober and sincere? This is not flashy manifestation. This is long-term spiritual alignment. On March 20th, Mercury stations direct in Aquarius. Mental fog will begin to lift. Revisions settle. Conversations stabilize. And decisions will feel clearer. Because Mercury has been moving through Rahu and Mars territory, the mind may feel tired. So let it recalibrate. Don't rush immediately into bold announcements. Clarity is going to return gradually. Mars will be in Aquarius all month as the strategist. And it's going to be energizing collective systems, innovation, and reform. That's Aquarius. The question's not whether change is happening, it's whether you are directing your energy constructively. Where are you contributing intelligently? Also reflect on, where are you dispersing energy reactively? Mars in Aquarius rewards strategic courage. Saturn, our great organizer, will continue to anchor the month in Pisces. No escapism, no fantasy solutions. Faith becomes responsibility. Compassion becomes discipline. If something lacks structure, March reveals it. If something is built with integrity, March stabilizes it. Saturn's not punishing, it's clarifying. If this month is activating something deeper in you, in your leadership, your direction, or structural decisions, you may feel called to receive a soul blueprint reading or a sacred wealth code reading. These sessions with me bring clarity to what's already moving within you, and they help you to stand in proportion and act from steadiness. If you know it's a time of consecration, if you're being asked to lead from coherence, not performance, you're invited to step into sacred wealth mastery. It's a resonance field, not a course, a living temple for soul-aligned service, sacred architecture, and true wealth. And if this transmission served you, I appreciate you liking, commenting. I read them all. And subscribe to stay in rhythm with future updates. This helps the field reach those who are listening for it. I look forward to being with you next time. So much love to you.